Thank you for being here this morning. I'm joined by state lawmakers as well as the Director of the Department of Natural Resources, Harris Sherman. We'll hear from some of the legislators in a moment. We're pleased this morning to announce the Colorado Healthy Forests / Vibrant Communities Act of 2009. This will be a package of proposed bills that will be introduced in this legislative session that will begin in January. The initiative will benefit one of Colorado's greatest assets, our forests, as well as our state's economy, our mountain communities, and everyone who enjoys the great outdoors in the state of Colorado. Colorado is home to nearly 23 million acres of forest land that is rich and diverse. Plenty of wildlife, clean water, and unbelievable sanctuaries. Those forests are also a major part of Colorado's economic engine. They drive our recreation and tourism industries, and they sustain biomass and timber production. But our forests are at risk. They are fighting epidemics from insects, pine beetles, diseases, drought, and climate change. They are facing risks from wildfire, and they are under constant pressure from an ever-expanding red zone. And it's not just the forests that are at risk. So are clean water supplies for farms, ranches, and communities. So are clean air and wildlife resources. Quite frankly, so is our economy related to our forests. My administration has been working hard to protect Colorado forests and Colorado mountain communities for the last 2 years with a lot of partners in the legislature. We established a Forest Health Advisory Council earlier this year, and we expect substantive recommendations in 2009. We've asked the federal government for emergency funds. We are working with local communities and business groups like Bill Ritter, and we are partnering with lawmakers, Representative Scanlon, Senator Gibbs, Senator-elect Al White, and others who are here today. We've made great progress in the last 2 legislative sessions. In the 2008 session alone, I signed 7 healthy forest bills into law. This past summer, a bipartisan interim committee chaired by Senator Gibbs and Representative Scanlon came up with several very solid ideas. Many of them will be included within this initiative, or they'll be introduced separately. We're making progress, but we understand the need to do more. Through consensus and collaboration, the Healthy Forests Vibrant Communities Initiative will do the following. It will help communities plan, prepare, and hopefully prevent wildfires. It will protect our air and water supplies, our citizens, and our communities who live nearby forests. It will improve training, recruitment, and retention programs for firefighters. It will strengthen local and statewide economies, and it will enhance Colorado's prized forest land. The Healthy Forests Vibrant Communities Act will create economic incentives to spur woody biomass production from beetle kill and other hazardous fuels. There are projects in the planning stages right now, one in Summit County, one in Mesa County, that look to using woody biomass to produce ethanol ultimately. There's a great deal of work being done here. It's part of our focus on the new energy economy, and one of the things we do with this initiative is spur the production of energy from woody biomass as an economic driver. This will stimulate local economies by creating new opportunities for small businesses looking to produce bioheating and other products. Finally, to the issue of funding. We are projecting the severance tax operational account will have sufficient funds to address this urgent priority. We're proposing a $5.5 million investment in fiscal year 09-10. By addressing this in a strategic, coordinated, bipartisan manner, we're going to continue making progress. Putting a $5.5 million investment into this initiative is something that we as a state believe is important and absolutely begins to address what is a very significant issue for us statewide, just in the areas where these forests have issues, but statewide it addresses this issue because of all of the different economies that we have in this state that are connected to forests and forest health. With that, it is my privilege now to introduce Senator Dan Gibbs, a person who's been a great partner in the last couple of sessions and working with us on healthy forest initiatives and how we protect communities, and continues to be such a strong advocate for this and a great partner with the administration in figuring out the strategy necessary to go forward. So with that, Dan Gibbs.
Thank you so much for being here. I want to thank Governor Ritter for his leadership in putting together this comprehensive forest health omnibus package that I really think will be a positive step for the state of Colorado to make our community safer, while at the same time looking at the challenges that are ahead and work with the timber industry, work with local communities, work on preparedness. As a wildland firefighter, I'm grateful that Colorado, we didn't have the fire season that many of us expected, but who knows what that next season will look like. And I really, truly believe that this omnibus package will really make our community safer in the state of Colorado. So with that, again, I appreciate you all being here, and thanks so much.
Thank you, Dan. I should introduce the folks with us. State Senator Mike Kopp, State Senator Gail Schwartz, Representative Claire Levy. Our next speaker is also a person who, from the very time she arrived in the House of Representatives, she has been a fantastic representative for her community and has been a great advocate as well for us being aggressive in how we approach forests and healthy forests as an initiative. Christine Scanlon.
Thank you, Bill, and thank you all for being here today. I want to acknowledge my colleagues who helped us with the interim committee that was really so productive over the summer months in bringing attention and a sense of urgency to wildfire mitigation and the risk that Colorado is actually at. In hearing testimony, one of the comments that really stuck with me is we had someone come and say, look, a catastrophic wildfire in the northern central Rockies at this point in time is not so much an if it will happen event, but when it will happen event. My entire district, I represent Summit County, Lake County, and Eagle County, falls into this area. We're now at 1.5 million acres of dead and dying lodgepole pine forests. That infestation